Good morning, students. We are going to discuss Module 6, that is Victorian Criticism. Mathew Arnold, The Study of Poetry. The essay Touchstone Method is taken from The Study of Poetry by Mathew Arnold. Mathew Arnold was born on 24th December 1822 and died on April 1588 at Liverpool, England. He was a significant and famous English Victorian poet. He was a literary and social critic. He tries to attack classical writing as well as the tastes and manners of the barbarians, that is the aristocratic society, and Philistines, that is commercial middle class, and the populace at large. He became the apostle of culture in such works as Culture and Anarchy, that was published in 1869. His poetry was not so much, it is minimum in quantity. His few collections of poetry were The Straight Traveller and Other Poems, and Empedocles on Etna and Other Poems, which were published in 1852. As a critic, his essays are very significant. Actually, the Victorian period starts in 1838 and ends in 1900. It was the period of science. Many inventions were made in that particular period, and also there was some conflict between science and religion due to the invention of theory of evolution by Darwin. The function of criticism at the present time is very significant and noteworthy critical essay which was published in 1865. In this particular essay, he defines criticism and the function of criticism. He says, the function of criticism is a disinterested endeavor to learn and propagate the best that is known and thought in the world, and in this way to establish a current of fresh and true ideas. ज्या अतिशय उत्कृष्ट गोष्टी आहेत त्या आत्मसात करणे आणि अशा पद्धतीनं नवीन विचारांचं आणि खऱ्या विचारांचं एक मतप्रवाह त्या ठिकाणी निर्माण करणं, आणि त्याच्यामुळं भविष्य काळामध्ये चांगल्या विचारसरणीचा उपयोग पुढील साहित्यामध्ये आपल्याला दिसून येईल. अशा प्रकारचे एक आशावाद मॅथ्यू आर्नॉल्डच्या ह्या एसेमध्ये आपल्याला दिसून येतो. There was a provinciality and self-complacency in England, according to Mathew Arnold. मॅथ्यू आर्नॉल्डच्या मते त्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला एक सेल्फ कॉम्प्लेसन्सी किंवा आत्मसमाधानाचा प्रकार जो आहे तो दिसतो लोकांमध्ये. प्रांतवाद आहे आणि त्याच्यामुळे एक संकुचित विचारसरणी या लोकांमध्ये किंवा इंग्लंडमध्ये प्रचलित झालेली दिसते. It was also seen in the romantic poets, and the romantic poets suffered a lot due to self-complacency and provinciality. रोमॅन्टिक पोएट्स मग त्याच्यामध्ये वर्ड्सवर्थ, सेली, किट्स असतील, कोलरिज असेल, ही कवी देखील प्रांतवादामुळं किंवा संकुचित वृत्तीमुळं त्या ठिकाणी असणाऱ्या समाजामध्ये खूपच हे लोक सफर झालेले दिसत आहेत, असं त्याचं मत आहे. Here he wrote various essays, different essays having different themes, which were published in his essays in criticism, and he tries to apply modern ideas to life in his essays. Actually, the study of poetry was originally published as an introduction to T.H. Ward's anthology, The English Poets, and the thoughts and ideas which were raised by Mathew Arnold were best remembered. Actually, the poetry needed to replace religion in that particular period. As Mathew Arnold was a very important critic of this spirit, he was also a significant poet in the history of English literature. He introduced some methods of criticism in the study of poetry. As far as personal and historical estimates regarding the poetry, he also introduced the Touchstone method. What is this Touchstone method? This Touchstone method was, for this he was much influenced by Longinus, and he advocated the comparative study of literature. Many critics praised this method, but there were some shortcomings, and due to limitations, he was very much criticized and condemned. His choice of quotations or passages is quite praiseworthy. He chose some quotations and lines from the great writers like Milton. But the critics find no any important diction in Milton's writing, but they found only moral sentiment. तर मिल्टनच्या काव्यामधून काही महत्वाचे किंवा अतिशय नोटवर्दी अशा प्रकारचे काही लाईन्स त्यांनी निवडले, कोटेशन निवडले, पण क्रिटिकच्या मते त्याच्यामध्ये फारशी भाषाशैली महत्वाची नसून त्या ठिकाणी मॉरल ट्रीटमेंट जी आहे काव्यामध्ये ती अतिशय महत्वाची आहे असं त्यांना म्हटलं. ऍक्च्युली द टचस्टोन मेथड वॉज a kind of standard for comparing and judging other works of literature of the other writers. It was used as a measurement and verification. But the term conveys completely a different meaning in the world of literature, and therefore the other critics did not accept this kind of method to test a particular work of art, to judge a particular work of art and its quality. He tries to invent an ideal standard of ideal literary works in the study of poetry. And this particular work, this particular process, which is very important to find out the real worth and real value of literary work. And in this way, a literary work, new writer's work can be judged properly. This process of judging a piece of work is called as Touchstone method. ठराविक नवीन साहित्यिक जो आहे त्याचं साहित्य जे आहे त्याची खऱ्या अर्थानं त्याची गुणवत्ता जी आहे ही तपासण्यासाठी ही टचस्टोन मेथड अस्तित्वात आलेली आहे आणि त्याचा शोध घेतलेला आहे मॅथ्यू अर्नॉल्ड या साहित्यिकांना आणि त्या क्रिटिकने. Touchstone method can be applied to the writers of all ages. According to him, writer is a creative man. अर्नॉल्डच्या मते रायटर हा निर्माता असतो, क्रिएटिव्ह मॅन असतो आणि सर्व कालावधीमध्ये जे काही रायटर्स झालेले आहेत त्या सर्वांसाठी टचस्टोन मेथड ही आपण अप्लाय करू शकतो किंवा त्याचा आपण वापर करू शकतो. He says, creativity of writer is basically an abstract quality. क्रिएटिव्हिटी जी आहे एक अमूर्त अशा प्रकारची गुणवत्ता असते लेखकाची. And if the writer is new, it becomes very difficult to justify his work. ज्यावेळी रायटर हा नवीन असतो त्यावेळी त्याचं वर्क जे आहे ते जस्टिफाय करणं खूप अवघड गोष्ट असते. कारण त्याची जाणीव ही प्रत्येकाला नसते. सो वी मे नॉट अंडरस्टँड द नेचर ऑफ, त्याचं स्वरूप काय, त्याचं लेखन कोणत्या प्रकारचं आहे हे समजणं थोडंसं अवघड जातं. अँड ॲज अ रिझल्ट यू फाइंड द रीडर्स आर ऑलवेज इन कन्फ्युजन टू फाइंड आउट द सक्सेस अँड फेल्युअर ऑफ अ न्यू काइंड ऑफ रायटिंग. नवीन जो रायटर असतो त्याची गुणवत्ता काय आहे किंवा त्याचं सक्सेस फेल्युअर जे आहे ते कशावरती अवलंबून असतं, त्याची गुणवत्ता काय ते तपासणं गरजेचं असतं. थोडंसं रीडर जो आहे, वाचक जो आहे, तो गोंधळात पडतो नवीन रायटरच्या संदर्भात. अँड दॅट इज वाय दिस काइंड ऑफ मेथड solves that problem of the writer, and that is Touchstone method. So it can judge a new writer and is writing very clearly. नवीन रायटर जो आहे त्याचं रायटिंग जे आहे ते जज करणं ह्या पद्धतीनं सोपं जातं आणि त्याचं रायटिंग जे कोणत्या प्रकारचं आहे त्याचं स्पष्टीकरण आपल्याला ह्या टचस्टोन मेथडमुळं मिळू शकतं आणि चांगल्या पद्धतीनं आपण अशा प्रकारचं साहित्य हे समजून घेऊ शकतो. साहित्य समजलं तरच आपल्याला त्याच्यामध्ये खऱ्या अर्थानं जे प्लेजर आहे ते कळू शकतं. सो दॅट इज द अ व्हेरी बेसिक आयडिया ऑफ Touchstone method. To judge a particular work of art, the writer may be new or he may be old. His piece of work can be judged with this particular Touchstone method. So here we are concluding this lecture, but we are going to continue the same topic in the next lecture. Thank you.